Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope nobody comes in and minds the fact that I'm gonna have some dinner while we do this. Lexi gave me the day off.
Hello, hello, hello.
She was like, I bought cold cuts and we can have sandwiches for dinner. And she knows how much I love sandwiches. Although I had a pretty banging idea for dinner today. But we're gonna have that tomorrow.
Hey, JJ.
JJ, what
What's
up?
going on? Bonjour. How's the weather where you are?
I'm sure it's cold as hell up in Maryland right now. We're straight, man. We just came out. We just came back inside from walking Harley. Cold as shit. 20 degrees. You just got in. Yeah. I'm not
I was just like a read.
oh.
Why are you looking
I
at
was
me?
like, what are you doing? A sandwich? Lexi gave me the day off today.
He's eating a sandwich.
I was ready to cook a banging ass dinner today. And she called me an hour before she left. She was like, well, I bought cold cuts. We can have sandwiches for dinner. I was like, oh, well. I was like, are you sure? And she was, yeah. Well, from cooking, I mean. She gave me the day off from cooking. Kind of sort of, because I did wake up this morning and cook breakfast.
You made breakfast, so.
I made pancakes.
Pancakes and sausages. Hi.
They just says, you look beautiful.
Why, thank you.
She does look beautiful.
No, that wasn't to you. Back up.
Not everybody that says beautiful is to you, the young lady. She's like, oh, they must be talking to me.
No, it wasn't to you.
It's cold as hell.
Yeah.
It's below freezing. I know that. I don't know the exact temp, but it's below freezing.
Let me see what it says.
No, it's not snowing yet.
It says it's 28 right now.
It's not snowing yet. No.
It's supposed to start at, I think, 11 sometime
Yeah.
tonight.
It's supposed to start tonight into tomorrow. Ham and cheese, lettuce, tomatoes.
Oil and vinegar.
Lexi makes the best sandwiches. She makes bodega quality sandwiches. Oh yeah? From where? Where'd you get it at? Oh yeah, Lexi makes the best. The only time, well, if Lexi don't make it, the only other place I'd rather eat a sandwich from is Publix. Publix makes some really good sandwiches too. Not as good as Lexi does. Boogie Monger. Boogie Monger. That's interesting. Is it like a deli, like a straight deli?
Like a Subway's type place.
The patty hurts. That sounds good though. Subway is horrible. Subway makes horrible
Well, I
sandwiches.
didn't mean it like in the way Subway makes sandwiches. I mean like a sandwich spot like that.
The only place I think is worse than Subway is Jimmy John's. Those sandwiches from Jimmy John's, I'm like, bro, like y'all have the nerve to charge for these sandwiches? Like, you can make this kind of sandwich at home.
Some people don't want to do that.
I mean, I get it, but then go get a better sandwich. The only thing that makes Jimmy John's worth it or appealing is that they deliver. They'll deliver one sandwich. With wet bread. You too much, did you?
He said they have wet bread.
Subway is, yeah. It used to be okay, and it used to be okay when they were $5 footlongs. You'd be like, all right, for $5, like.
Windows are always foggy. Agreed.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They always look, I don't know, like they always look like they're old and I don't know. I've in my life, I think I've eaten a Subway something.
Excuse me.
Maybe twice.
That's from the wet bread.
From the wet bread.
The only, like I said, the only thing that made them appealing is that $5 footlongs. You'd be like, damn, I can get a whole footlong for $5. That was okay. Now that they're, $7, $8, $9, like.
I did.
She did, but the bread was really small. Like it was really like thin.
It's a baguette, so they're like really thin.
So she was like, she made me one. She was like, if you're hungry, I'll make you another one. So, and I was, so. But I had an idea for dinner. I was going to make burgers, but I was going to make bacon burgers with a scrambled egg on top.
A scrambled egg or something?
I mean, a fried egg on top. How's that sound? Does that sound good? That's what we're having for dinner tomorrow. So that's what I was going to do. I was like, damn, that actually sounds pretty good. But then she was like, I'll make sandwiches. So are you off on Sundays?
Yes. Every Sunday. My location is not, well, the office is not open.
Yeah, I'm going to cook. I'm cooking tomorrow. No, normally, like if she had her normal 2 days off, I would let her cook. She would offer to cook, but being that she only gets 1 day off, like I'm like, you relax and I'll cook. I don't have a problem with that. So, because she only gets 1 day off, so she don't need to be behind the stove on her only day off. So,
not that I mind.
She doesn't mind, but that's not the point. She doesn't have to mind. Like I said, she gets 1 day off, and she doesn't need to be slaving behind a stove. So, like, if she wants to help or something or whatever, like that, it's different. But yeah, she gets 1 day off. I would be pissed if my only 1 day off and you have me like doing chores all day.
Oh, but
you saw our game talk. Our game talk. Oh, you mean today's vlog? Like, so we were sitting there. There was no Nick game for her to watch. So like we were just laying in the bed BSing, and I asked ChatGPT. I'm like, I just like wanted something to laugh at. I was like, so I asked ChatGPT to give me some questions, some silly, would you rather questions. and he came up with those. And then we always two things always either happen to us. One, we always say, damn, we should have, like, if we ever become rich, if we ever get to that point, then I think we're gonna hire like a full-time camera crew to just
Except in the bedroom.
Yeah, except in the bedroom, obviously.
Follows
But
around the house.
he follows around the house because, like, if y'all see us like every day, like we're a bunch of fools, the both of us. And then usually what happens is like, damn, we should have recorded that. So this time I just turned on it. It wasn't like the way it was formatted, the video, like that was purposely, like it wasn't a a put together video. It was just us. It was just us laying in the bed being fools. Not yesterday, the day before yesterday.
Yeah, Thursday.
I did that the same time. I did that the same night I recorded the previous video of me, like you said, drawing my line in the sand. I did that. I did that the same day.
Oh my gosh, she was being a brat.
Oh, like there's stuff that I cut out. You didn't even see.
She's doing it right now.
Yeah, she's doing it right now. Like the camera's on. She's like, no, hell no. Like you guys gotta be. Yeah.
She wants it to be about her all the time.
Yeah. Like to a point, I was like, you need to get out. Like just get out because you're. Yeah. Enough. Cut it out. Yeah, like she is not like, exactly what you see now. And then at one point, like she stood in front of the camera. She was like, "I'm just gonna stand right here."
Oh yeah, she understands.
Yeah, she understands.
That's why she's looking at him like that.
I was like, she knows when the camera's on. She's like, "Oh,
yeah, I'm not gonna pay me no attention.
Time to be a nuisance." Like I said, you saw her, but then there was a point like that I cut out. Like she stood right there
and would not move.
Yeah, she is a total diva. Uh-huh.
You talking about me?
Uh-huh. Are you talking about me? Yeah, we're talking about you.
And always got something to say.
Oh yeah, I still love her. You're a pain in the butt though. But I hope you liked that video. That was fun. That was, like I said, it was just being she is cursing me out right now. But that was just us being
so right now she's just
silly.
Like right in front of me, like this is what she does. Look. So that I don't talk to nobody. Don't do just her. It's about her. I'm trying to talk to the camera and you're
so it is what it is.
You're being a brat. Stop.
Tomorrow, I don't think we're doing anything because it's freezing outside.
Come on, get down.
And
yeah,
it's too cold to take Harley out. We might, as a matter of fact, I think that tomorrow we're gonna do one of those challenges that I'll record one of those challenges that you sent us. They were pretty easy. It didn't take a lot to set up and stuff. So I might do something that, well, we live in an apartment, so we don't have to shovel nothing.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Those are the perks of living in an apartment. We don't have to shovel nothing. That's actually why I came to the South. So it increased my chances of not having to shovel nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But yeah, we might record one of those. That video is not going to come out tomorrow. I have another video that I'm going to edit tonight or tomorrow early, and that'll be out. But I think we're going to record one of those challenges. No. The one I told you that I wasn't sure. So I tell you because she's not gonna let me do it. But I wanted to do a video where we were tethered together for 24 hours. So we would have started like tonight, and then I mean not like as close as we are now, but like maybe 5-6 feet away from each other for 24 hours and record it. But yeah, see, he said, "Oh hell no," exactly. Like she wasn't with it.
I was just.
And I tried to get Tori to convince her, and
It
Tori
didn't
was
work.
like, "Yeah," she was like, "I wouldn't do it either." I was like, well,
It didn't work.
"Yeah, it didn't work."
No, sir.
He said, "Run, Forrest, run." Yeah, her biggest problem was going to the bathroom. She was like, "I do not want to smell your shit."
I'm like, no, absolutely not. I gotta stand right in front of the door because
She's my wife.
I was like, nope, not doing it. Not gonna happen.
So she was like, "Nah, homie, nah." He's still.
I love you, kid, but yeah, no.
So that was the one I said that I don't think I was trying to convince her, but that's not the one. But that was the one that I was like, I don't think she's gonna do it. But the ones I was looking at them yesterday, and those are too easy. Excuse me. But we just needed, time for her to not be at work and not do anything. Yeah, yours were easy. Those were too easy to do. We could probably do a couple of them. They weren't hard. We could do those right on the couch. Uh Food related. I wouldn't say they were challenging. Two people asked me to cook something, and I was like, and then the one I did with Tori, like that wasn't even planned. Like I wasn't even, and she was like, "So what are we gonna cook?" And then Tori's all for. She's not big onto being in camera, but she was all for me recording. She was like, they were challenges in the sense that I turned them into challenges because they asked me, like I said, Eva asked me to make the patillo, so I was like, "Oh, challenge accepted." And then the beef stew that I made yesterday, Ginger asked me to do that. So I mean, technically they were challenges, but it wasn't like
challenges because he's never done that before.
Yeah.
I don't want to. No.
Challenges because we've never done that before. I've never done that before. But so did you see? Did you? I think you did comment the dinners that we had. She was like,
I can see you doing that.
The dinners we had, like I was like trying to all week. I was like, how I'm gonna impress her. I was like, what can I do? She really liked the barbecue chicken wings.
Yeah, those were good.
And then wait till you see tomorrow's vlog. Wait till you see her reaction from last night's dinner when she had it, when she ate it.
What did we eat last night?
The beef stew.
The beef stew. It was so good. It was so good.
Yeah.
He smashed it all week long with dinner. Like he did it.
I'm like, I'm the type of person, like if you're gonna do something, like I'm not gonna tell you that I love cooking. Like it's not something that like I'll start a business or do it for a hobby. Like, but it's what's needed right now, and I love providing for my wife any way that I can. So that's what I'm doing. So and in my head, I'm like, if I'm gonna do it. And this is my philosophy with everything. But if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability. So I try to do it. And am I kind of throwing down, babe?
Yeah. Yeah. He is. I told him last night, I was like, I'm gonna have to start getting back into cooking because you're trying to outdo me right now, and I don't like it.
Nah, just throwing down or throwing up.
I haven't thrown up.
Well, she did say she had a stomach ache yesterday after dinner. I was like,
It wasn't after dinner. I had it.
That sucks.
During the day, from the day before when I had the spaghetti and meatballs.
But like I said, if you're gonna do something, if you're gonna do anything, you do it to the best of your ability. Like why?
I mean, I
why,
agree.
Why half-ass? Why half-ass something? You know what I mean? Like
I enjoy cooking because I like
too much sugar rice.
I like feeding people. Like I love people to eat. Like I love having people eat around me. Like my kids are around and I'm always, my son especially, I'm like, are you hungry? You want me to make you some? You want this? You want that? You want to eat? Like that's just me.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm sure that if there was a need to make a bigger meal for a few people, it'll be the more experienced cooks in the kitchen. I'm Latino Italian. Oh, Lexi. Yeah. When we first got together, she warned me. She was like, you're gonna get fed, like even when you don't think you're hungry. You're gonna get, like, there will be times that I would be sitting in the living room or something watching TV, or I'll be playing games and something, and she'll come with a plate full of food. And she's Latina. You can't not eat the food that she gives you.
That's a no-no.
She'll come with a. Hey, Marissa.
Hi, Marissa.
What up, lady? So, yeah, she's always, hey, Miss Eva.
Hey, Eva.
Miss Eva kept me company on my live the other day. But, so, now I will say, though, like, I was itching to cook. Like, I was like, man, like, I want to cook something. That's why I got up and cooked breakfast. I was like, yeah, I'll cook some breakfast. Miss Eva said, hi, Lex. She talked to me. She's like, whatever. She's like, whatever. I talked to him already. Wake somebody up at 3 a.m. in the morning, mom, and ask, do you want?
Well, like I said, I wouldn't say I love cooking. I love feeding people. Like
I will say cooking is a lot more fun when you have a repertoire to cook. Like
when my son comes to visit, he has a whole menu that he already has.
Oh, you watched the game today, Miss Eva?
Before he comes here.
So, Miss Eva, so what I did was, if you have ChatGPT, just go in there and ask, like, so what I asked was I asked ChatGPT, give me 30 would you rather questions that were silly, that weren't existential questions, not like, life dilemma type questions, just silly stuff, and that's what he came up with. And then I talk to my ChatGPT all the time, so once I prompted him that, and he gave me that, then he was like, and then I can give you this, and then I can give you that, and that's how I got the questions. It was funny.
I do that to my son though, JJ. Like I said, when he's here, I'm always like, "Do you want to eat?"
Yes, hungry? JJ, that's him from Jersey.
Do you want to eat?
Thank you, Miss Eva. It was fun. I'm glad you guys liked it.
I can make you a sandwich. I can make you this. I can make you that. Like, yeah.
She doesn't have to do that, because when he comes down, the moment he's here, he talks about food. Like, he's like, okay, so this is what I want to eat today. This is what I want to eat tomorrow. This is what I want to eat. So, and it's generally the same stuff.
Yeah, he literally comes with his menu.
So
already.
he has to, we have to cook up a knee while he's here. Pork chops, rice and salchichas, yellow rice and salchichas, ribs probably. So it's always the same. He's like, I gotta have mom's this. I mean, I'm telling you, Lexi makes really good sandwiches. We call them super sandwiches. Like Lexi makes really good sandwiches. If she has some really good bread to make it, like there are some really good sandwiches. Miss Eva says she went to a shelter today to donate some blankets and food for pups, and they have 2 boxes of pups for adoption.
My heart.
If I was in a place to get them, I would have got them. But then the thought of 3 boxes.
With this one alone.
You saw Miss Eva. You saw the game today. You saw her little attitude, right? And then that wasn't even. Again, I'm gonna say there was some stuff I cut out because we were fighting.
They were literally fighting. Like he was telling her move, and she was talking back, and it was a whole thing.
You almost adopted them, and hubby said no. Well, I mean, you already have 6. You said.
Yeah, I don't know. Wow.
Hey guys, welcome to the chat. Lurking is okay. We appreciate you, but we love it if you guys introduce yourself and tell us where in the country you're at or where in the world you're at. I know I have some subscribers, abroad, but let us know where you're at.
We're friendly and our chat is super friendly. We love them.
Yeah. This chat is not structured. This is a place for where, we come in and we just hang out and, have some fun and laugh. And that's the kind of vibes of this chat. I do all my talking serious doing the vlogs. But the chat is, we would mentally, we would love 2 more. Definitely. Oh, you said what's 2 more? I mean, I feel you, but dogs though. If you pull up on a dry race board, nah, I won't do that. I'm
gonna pull one out next week just for you, JJ.
We had one. We had a really nice one. We lost it though. Well, I was planning to use it for content. That was probably God saying, "Nah, I don't need it." Yes, Miss Eva. I love you, Miss Eva. Yes, people, don't forget, hype, like, share, all that stuff. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I'm only going to say this once. If you'd like to support the channel, there's ways to do that down below.
Right in the chat.
Right in the chat. So feel free, whatever. No pressure. We just, we're grateful for you guys being here.
Just be here.
Yeah. But,
I am. Just for you, JJ. Watch.
We did have a really nice looking board too. We did have a really nice one.
I had a really, really pretty one. But no, I'm going to get one just for you, JJ. I have it at the office. Don't worry about it.
It's going to say JJ's dry erase board.
Next weekend, you're going to see.
This lesson is specifically for JJ.
This lesson is specifically JJ. Watch.
I think I see dead people.
You're going to see a dry erase board with your name on it.
Oh, is that what it is? You can't hype the video until it's done. Ah, I didn't know that. I'm glad you pointed that out. Ms. Marissa, I don't know if we're getting snow. I know that we're worried about ice and stuff.
Yeah.
Because of freezing rain and stuff, but I don't know if we're getting snow.
They're saying it's not gonna be it's gonna be more like rain, but it's gonna be so cold.
Yeah,
that it's gonna turn to ice, and that's where we're gonna have trouble. Yeah, around 11 o'clock. That's what I saw too.
Yeah, bottom's supposed to fall out around 11 o'clock. Yeah, Miss Eva, you're in PA. Well, if you're getting it, I'm sure JJ's getting it in Maryland.
We're gonna be buried alive. Are you guys actually getting snow? Are they calling for you guys actually getting snow though? Ooh, I don't miss that. Yeah, it's really cold. Like really
At least
cold.
2 feet. Wow.
Oh wow. Yeah, they are trying to bury you. Mother Nature is just. She's not in a very good mood.
Oh, you're on the Gulf Coast of Florida, so no snow for it. I was just telling Lexi, I miss the one thing about Florida I miss is the weather right now, the temperature.
I don't miss nothing.
5 to 7 inches. Wow.
Don't miss it.
I mean, I don't miss Florida per se, but the weather was good to me. I love the weather. This is Florida. How bougie of you, Marissa. Your hubby's one of those people. He bought all the salt and toilet paper. Now every time I go to the supermarket,
I'm gonna think of you.
I'm gonna think of I'm like, damn it. What's your husband's name, Miss Eva? I'm like, damn it, Miss Eva's husband. Mario.
Yep.
I'm like, damn it, Mario.
No toilet paper, Mario.
No toilet paper, Mario. But what killed us was like they bought all the milk and stuff, and we're like, dude, like, what are you gonna do with all that milk if the power goes out? Like, it didn't make no sense. Like, why is that? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, what bothered me the most is that they said, this was gonna happen. It was gonna be Sunday into Monday, and the worst of it would be Monday and Tuesday, early Tuesday, before it starts to melt and whatever. So it's only a couple days. So you went and you bought 5 loaves of bread that have expiration dates, gallons of milk, not one, but gallons of milk that have expiration dates. Like, if the power goes out, what are you going to do with all of that?
Marissa said, she said, I'm finna be in Costa Rica next week. So I ain't mad at you, girl. High five and fist bump to you. Marissa, if you look on my channel page, there's an email. Please send pictures. Please send pictures. I would love to see Costa Rica. People in the DMV got out of hand with a little snow. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, that's usually how it is.
Yeah, like it's ridiculous that people, and it happens. I was just telling Lexi, like, I swear the news are like in cahoots with like shopping and stuff in town, because they say stuff and then and this is every year. So every year this is the worst hurricane we're gonna have that we're gonna face. Every year this is the worst strain of the flu. Every year this is the worst snowstorm. I'm like, every year it's the same thing, and the same thing happens. They say it and people run out and they go spend all this money on stuff that they don't need, stuff that they probably already have 6 of, just because the news said it. I'm like, I hate the snow. I'm okay with the cold as long as I don't have to stand in it. In my last career, like, I worked outside, so I was always in it, and I that's what like made me want to run to Florida to begin with, because I was over the cold. But now that I don't have to work in it, like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's like, calm down,
bro. What's good, homie?
Slow down.
That's my brother, y'all, Michael Marquez.
Hey.
And it's our birthday next Friday. We share a birthday, and it's coming up on Friday. I'm turning 25. He's turning 21. You were born and raised in West Virginia, so I got my fill of cold for life. I feel you. I was born and raised in New York, so I definitely understand. Mike said, I'll take the snow. No, Hell no. It's raining where you are right now.
Yeah, they always pulling that nonsense with all this hype, making people all crazy, and then
Eva said, "Hi, Carlos, brother." Oh, it's not raining here. Same day. Wow. Yeah, we were born. Our birthday was 4 years apart. We were born on the playgrounds where I spent most of my day. Exactly.
chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool.
Yeah, New York gets it. New York gets it really bad.
Oh, I'm from Brooklyn.
Well, yeah, I agree, Ms. Eva. Like, as you get old, in my 20s, like, yeah, it didn't bother me at all either. Now that, let me I'll tell you something. When I was younger and I talk to people my age now and they say things like, oh, I know it's going to rain because this hurts, or I know this. And I used to be like, shut the hell up. Like, whatever, dude. Like, you got a built-in weatherman in your body. Damn it, if that doesn't happen for real. Now I'd be like, oh my God, I know it's gonna rain tomorrow because
my joints hurt.
My joints hurt. Hey, Miss Elizabeth. How did the birthdays? I'm gonna be very honest with you. I hated it. I hated sharing my birthday. Like I was so resentful. But it
it does count, Michael.
It was all I knew. Like it was, So I'll be very honest. As much as I hate it, I turned 22 in basic training, and we were obviously separated, and it was lonely. I was like, wow, like for the first time I think he turned 18. So the first time in 18 years, I hadn't been with my brother for my birthday, and it was lonely. So I looked at type to what? I don't get what you mean. You wish you got some inclement weather. It's just hot, or you have a month that rains. I feel you. Your shoulder has been hurting? Yes, that does count.
Absolutely.
Nice to see you too, Miss Elizabeth. Welcome. High five and fist bump to you.
Hey.
Pick the next day. I feel you. Song Janet Jackson, I get so lonely. Oh, you got jokes. But, he's my brother. Hey, Miss Lisa.
Hey.
Where, Miss Lisa, have you, forgive me if you've been here before, but I don't think I've seen you here before. So welcome to the live. We hope you enjoy your stay. And let us, what part of the country are you in? You said it's rainy and windy where you're at. What part or cold and rainy? What part of the country are you in? I did hate, you as a kid, like, everybody got to celebrate there. It was their special day and stuff. And I had to share it with my brother until, you get older.
Until you didn't have to share
Until I didn't have to share it.
And you were like, oh.
And I was like, damn, like, you wake up in the morning, you're like, yo, what up, dude? Happy birthday. And then, and I couldn't do that. I was in basic training. So it sucked. I'll admit it. I love my brother. We're really close. Lisa looks now. Welcome to Oz. Thank you. You're in far west Texas. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was stationed in Killeen, and then I lived in Houston for a little bit. Texas, yeah. I'm just saying, it's evil. So, yeah. So it was that birthday was lonely, and then we've only spent since becoming adults. We've only spent maybe 3 or 4 out of the last 20-something years, maybe, together that we've had our birthdays together. Because even though we were both in North Carolina, there was a few times that he was deployed for our birthday. Don't tell him, though. I can't stand him. I kind of figured that when they had all those KIAs on the base a few years back. Like I remember reading like there was like a few. I don't even know what came of that, but I know that there was a few KIA. I don't want to say the word, but there were a few things that went down that and the last I remember they didn't know who was doing it, whatever. But yeah, I couldn't imagine being on Fort Hood today, like these days. Since becoming adults, I said that hesitantly. I mean, like adult, like I wish I can give my adult card up. Like I tried it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. I want to cancel my subscription. You stay in the box. This guy. That one girl was so sad. Yeah.
There's been a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's been a few that I was like,
yeah,
I heard about, and I was like, wow, like that's crazy. Well, I could tell you, it was like that even when I was there. So I haven't been on too many military installations in the actual U.S., but Fort Hood had a counter, like a digital counter when you leave the base, and it was for automotive like drunk driving like deaths in the past. It was a counter, so it was like this many days since the last drunk driving incident, death or whatever. And I remember first Cav, there's two primary, well, they use, I don't know about now, but there were two primary units on Fort Hood. There was 4FID and First Cav, and was split up into each different size. And First Cav got deployed, and for the whole year that they were deployed, that counter went up to like 380 days, something like that. It got higher than I ever seen it. And then 2 days after we got back, 2 days after they got back, that counter reset to 0. So that means that some soldier went to the sandbox and survived all year long, and then came back, got drunk, and got behind the wheel. And yeah, so it's that, like, it sucks. There was always something happening on Fort Hood. But I was telling Lexi, Mike, I'm like, there's always something happen. Like, the military is not as like prestigious as people make it sound. Like, there's a lot of stuff that happens and that, they keep under wraps, because they don't want the image to look bad. But I'm like, now that we're in the Ville, like, you're here stuff. And since we've been here, she's been she's like, you're right. Like, I'm like, yeah. Like,
it's like every other day, it's something.
There's always something going on, and
about some active duty member, and this, and they did this, and they're into that, and they've done that, and it's like
in the mall a month ago. Was it a month ago?
Mm-hmm.
Some dude got arrested for
peeping
into the bathroom or the changing area, or something like that.
And they find
he was
active duty.
He was active. He was an NCO. I think he was a buck sergeant. Mm-hmm. So yeah. It's not as, it's not as people, people, they picture that, they put up this image of the military as being this, high standard, and it is, but that doesn't mean that stuff doesn't happen. And it happens all the time. You just don't hear it. If you don't live in a military town or whatever, like, you'll never hear about it. So,
tired of stretching.
I feel you. You want me to move it closer?
No, you're good.
I'm surprised you can't see that.
Right now, it's just a blur.
Really? Mm-hmm. Is it because your glasses are on?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I mean, I can see here.
Thank you, Miss Elizabeth, for joining.
Thank you.
For becoming a member. Thank you so much. I mean, right?
It's still hard to read.
They are still human. I'm just saying, like, if you've never heard about it and you hear it and you're like, wow, like, this really, And I'm like, yeah, like there's a lot that goes on that people don't know. And what people don't understand is that the military is predominantly full of children. Like these are these are babies. These are babies that, some of the older members, obviously are a little more mature and stuff like that. They've been in there for years, but a lot of them these are kids that never been away from home before. They've never made this kind of money before. And not that the military makes you rich, but they've never made that kind of money before. They've never been away from home and had that kind of freedom. And they do stuff. They do crazy stuff. Well, thank you. I hope you enjoy your time. There's a bunch of members only videos on there. So feel free to check them out. And I hope you enjoy it.
Your brother said he just stopped in to show love. He'll hit you up later.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt, bro. I love you. I'll holler at you later.
Yeah, Miss Lisa,
yes, Miss Lisa, Minneapolis.
Extremely sad. It's extremely sad.
It is.
It's yeah.
And that dude was like a veterans worker and stuff like that. It was crazy. So yeah, yes, Miss Elizabeth. Like it is like people, they don't understand. The two things that I feel like have the most responsibility that people don't understand is like athletes. Those are babies. These are babies. And then military service members, they're babies. Like you get around these towns and you're like, dude, this kid doesn't look old enough. He's not even old enough to drink yet, and he's serving the country. Like it's and like I said, they get money, and then if you're in the military, like people drink, and if you're not a drinker before you go into the military, you'll come out a drinker. And if you're a drinker already, you're gonna be an alcoholic when you come out. Like and if you're not responsible, if you don't have a good head on your shoulders or a good support system, like it
can get bad.
It can get bad. Like I said, they got freedom, they got money that they never had before. And
yeah, JJ, it's one of those things that you're like, you want to talk about it, but you don't because it's going to make you very angry.
Thank you, Miss Elizabeth. We try. I'm glad that you love the content, and from your lips to God's ears. But yes, God will guide us. I stand on I stand on my faith, and
He's got us here.
He got us. He has got us here.
He literally has got us.
He has got us here. We would not have made it through what we went through without the grace of God.
Without the faith.
We thank God every day. Because I do too, JJ. Like I like as an empath, like I can't even watch the news because
it's disturbing.
It like I consume it and it bothers me so much that like I'll read something and Lexi will be like, well, what about? And I'm like, I didn't go into detail. Like I didn't click I just read the headline and I was just like, I mean at that point, what does it matter? Like somewhere, I don't know where, but I was hearing yesterday, there was a Marine. He was either a Marine or a former Marine that went to sell his iPhone and 3 kids murked him. Either 2 young adults or a kid, or I think they were all kids, and they murked him over an iPhone. And I'm like, and she asked me, she was like, well, and I was like, I don't know. I didn't even care that. I was like, I can't do it.
And I would have to agree. Yeah.
Yeah, me too, JJ. I'm the same way.
We'd get censored. For sure.
There's so many things that I want to say.
Yeah.
There's so many things that.
So many.
Like there's so many things that sometimes during my content I'll say something and I'll bleep it out because I don't want my content to shift into that, but because it will. But yeah, there's so much that I want to say sometimes that I'm just like, eh. Right, Miss Elizabeth. I agree. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I work hard at it. And I keep the faith. One of my favorite celebrities always says, he says, doesn't God delivers to Faith Street only. And if you step off onto I don't know how circle or I don't believe it Boulevard, he don't ship there. He only ships to Faith Street. So if you step off Faith Street and when the package comes at the appointed time, and you're not there, it's just like UPS and FedEx. The package got to go back to the sender. So I just stay on Faith Street as long as possible, and and pray that my dreams will come true, and and God will use me to do good in the world. And I know that may sound corny to some, but that's my I hope that I'm in a position where I can do good for humanity in some way or some form. So that's what we want to do. Man, whatever. Actually, Miss Eva, I gave her some. I cooked her. What did I make her yesterday? No, we gave her some white rice with her dog food yesterday because we had extra from the food we made, and we didn't want to throw it away. It was just plain white rice. So we gave it to her, and we put berries in her bowl, and she ate everything but the berries.
Now she don't want.
Now she didn't want the berries. I feel you, Miss Lisa. Yeah, like I totally understand. Hey, Ginger.
Hey, Ginger.
Ginger, if you watch tomorrow's vlog, you'll see the meal that you requested that I make. It'll be coming out in tomorrow's vlog. It'll come out. I'm planning for it to be tomorrow, but if it doesn't come out tomorrow, it'll be Monday. So you'll see it. JJ.
The king of pop.
But yeah. Miss Elizabeth, one thing that I'm learning about this is that you can't ask God to bless you and then tell him how to do it. Because it ain't never gonna be the way you think it's gonna be. And as people, it's normal for us to have a vision and say, this is how I want it to happen, but rarely does it ever happen that way. And and I'm telling myself and I'm teaching myself and I'm learning that God is processing me. Like I have to go through what I have to go through to be who I need to be when I finally get there. And it sucks. It sucks, right? Because you have where you are now, and I'm sorry guys for preaching if you guys don't want to hear this. But you have where you are now and your future, right? God will always show you your future. He'll always show you, right? We all have a dream. He'll always show you that. And the space in between where you are now and your future is the plan. And if he tells you what the plan is, then you'll tell him forget the destination, right? I mean, if he would have told David, you'd have to go through this and the dungeon and this and that to get, to be, he showed them you're going to be ruling but if he had to show them all that, he would have been like, nah, forget it. I don't want to do it. So, I mean, I that's something that I'm learning and I'm trying to be, and I'm trying to teach myself to be grateful and humble for where I am and just know that the process and the journey is not over. So that's what I'm doing.
JJ.
Hey, oregano. He's so agree. Kinding. Hey, Ginger. Isn't it right? What did you say, JJ?
He put, don't worry, I put you on mute.
Oh. No, but he said his message retracted.
And then he put it again.
Oh. My mom says, don't ask because he knows what we need. Instead, give thanks for what you do have, no matter how little. That's right. It's so true. Pick my nose when I'm done.
What would I do without you on these lives, JJ? Like, what would I do?
And JJ, and then you said, "Oh, I'm far from the life of the party."
You're the life of this party.
You're the life of this party. We love having you here. you would survive, Lexi.
Barely.
But so that's what I do, and that's why I show up, and I keep going, despite I keep going and going, and you know I love what I do. As frustrating and emotionally taxing as it is, YouTube is not as easy as it looks. It is very emotionally and mentally draining. But one day I'm gonna have a film crew and editors, and I won't have to do that. We could just walk around and somebody will film us and edit it and be done. Editing. There is like
you have to have patience.
I love.
Says you have to have patience.
I mean, you have to have. I love editing. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I love seeing the story come together that I have in my mind, and I'll be very honest with you. There are some times where I have something in mind, so I film it that way. But then other times, I just film in whatever catches my eye, whatever pops into my head. And a lot of times the story evolves in the editing. But yeah, it can get that hour-long vlog I did when I was cooking with Tori. Like, man, I was editing for like 7 hours. 7 hours I was editing. No, I'm not gonna get bougie. I will never be that. I will never be that. I am very grounded. You're right, Ms. Eva, and I humbly and totally believe in that, and that's why I move the way I move, and I stay the way I'm. And let me tell you something, because I know that I've learned from experience that things can flip at any moment, and seasons always change, and nothing is ever permanent. Nothing good or bad, so is ever permanent. So you know 3 years ago, we lived a certain lifestyle. We had everything we thought we wanted. And overnight, that all went away. And we went through things that we never experienced before together. So, it can flip at any moment. So I stay humble and grateful for everything I have. And of course, JJ, I stay grounded. Like I'm not I will never be that. Like you, I would never be that. We talk about that all the time. Like I will never be the type of person that eats caviar. I would never own a Lamborghini or some fancy. Like I would never do something like that.
Driving around in a Honda.
Yeah, I will. I'm not a fan of BMWs and like I would never do that. I don't I don't see the purpose on all of that. So there's a lot of lessons that I learned from a lot of successful people that I'm like, that makes perfect sense. There's nothing wrong with German cars. Like if that's what you like, that's what you like. But for me, and I don't want to say this. I'm not trying to offend you when I say this, but as a mechanic, I know that I know what these cars are like long term, and to me, it's just think about it. Like you buy a car, and every mile you drive, that car depreciates. So to spend an exorbitant amount of money on a car that's going to depreciate every mile you get, and I don't know if you know this, but German vehicles are some of the most depreciative. I don't know how to say this. Like they depreciate a lot more than a lot of other cars. Every year. So for that reason, I just can't do it. Well, I'm glad you're not bougie. I'm not trying to say you're bougie. I'm sorry, but no, like to me, it just I don't do it. Right, because that money, I'd rather do something like put that money into the sanctuary my dog sanctuary. I love to do that. Yeah, maintain those cars are expensive, and mechanics know this, and they, I've had people ask me, why is it so expensive, and I point to the emblem on the car. I'm like, because it's a Mercedes. The price instantly goes up because it's considered a luxury vehicle, no matter what luxury it is, and German luxury is some of the best that it's out there. So yeah, people hate it. They're like, I don't have to do this with my Honda, and I'm like, it's a BMW. Like, what? It costs to be the boss. Like, and I just, I don't know. I just can't do it. I mean, I get what you're saying, JJ, but yeah. So, oh yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. They have manufacturers not to. Oh, okay. Yeah, here, yeah, exactly. And it's done like that on purpose. It's done like that on purpose. The mechanic world, if you don't know this, the mechanic world is set up so the technician and the dealerships can come out on top. That's why a mechanic hates warranty work. Most mechanics hate warranty work because it pays on. Now, this was years ago. The last time I worked at a dealership. This is more than 10 years ago. But warranty work generally paid then 40% less than what we call customer pay. 40% less. The only difference the only reason why a mechanic or a technician might like warranty work is because it's guaranteed work. The warranty is going to pay for it. If the warranty says that they're going to pay for it, it's going to get paid. But it's 40%. It used to be 40% less than what customers pay. The dealership and the technician is designed for the dealership to make money. And that's why it's so much more expensive. Yeah. Exactly. So that's why,
bring money with you for purpose.
Yeah. It is. Our son bought a BMW, and I told him, I'm like, be prepared, man. Like, it's
expensive.
It's expensive. And for no other reason other than it's a BMW and they're not reliable. Like, if you're going to drive it or lease it, 3-4 years max, then yeah, by all means. But if you're planning to keep that, man.
He kept it for like 2 years.
Yeah, he had that car for 2 years before he was like, hey, I can't. Because it's just the best cars to buy for the price and reliability are Japanese cars. Say what you want about Japan, but they make some of the best cars. They make the best cars on the road, mechanically speaking. They're not the most powerful cars on the road, but they're the most reliable cars on the road. Well, Hyundai's a Korean, but yeah. You're a Toyota junkie? Subaru? Yes, Ms. Olivia. Subaru. I'm a Honda junkie. Like, I've been driving Hondas all my life. I've owned probably 20, 25 different Hondas. I mean, I used to build them and I used to race them, and so that's why, but yeah. Chevy Silverado. I like the Silverado. Now, Silverados look nice though. Like, those are nice. Those are nice cars. But yeah, when they get older, yeah, Subarus. We were just talking about that.
We were just talking about that. Yeah.
Subarus are Mazdas. We were just talking about same here. We just watched the video, and I'll link it below. I'll link it below this live if anybody wants to watch it. But it was like the 9 best SUVs you can buy, as far as like longevity and reliability and stuff. And they were all Japanese cars, SUVs. And the Mazda CX-5, I think it was on there. The RAV4 was on there. There were 2 Subaru. It was the Forester and I don't remember the other Subaru, but there was 2 Subarus on there. Yeah, Mazda's Japanese. Yep. I mean, it's owned by Ford, but it's a Japanese. Mazda themselves are a Japanese company. Elizabeth, good sport. Mazda has good sports. Mazda makes one of the best engines out there. I don't know if they still put them in cars, but back in the 90s and the early 2000s, they made what's called the rotary engine, and that engine was a powerhouse. Toyota's Japanese, yep. Toyota is Japanese. Toyota and Lexus. Lexus is Toyota's luxury brand. And then Acura is Honda's luxury brand. Infiniti is Nissan's luxury brand. Although Infiniti is like falling. I mean, Nissan and Infiniti are kind of suffering right now. I don't know about that. I don't know, because Kia motors are not really reliable. And Mazda motors have a really pretty decent reputation on their longevity and reliability. So I don't know. Yes, Mr. Miyagi was Japanese. Did you ever hear him talk? Did you ever hear Pat Morita talk? Like, go on YouTube and listen to him. Like, find interviews of Pat Morita. Like, it'll blow your mind if you never heard him talk.
You know, JJ. What am I gonna do with you? Mr. Miyagi was cool.
He said, "Not where we were in front."
Word? Really?
But go on YouTube and listen to find an interview of him, like how he got the Karate Kid part and stuff like it. Like when you hear him talk, you be like, "What?" It's so crazy.
JJ is, yeah.
Yeah, he is. JJ is hilarious. There's also another Japanese guy. I don't know his name though. But he's played in he was a pretty popular Japanese actor in back in the days, if you ever saw Mortal Kombat back in the day, he played Shang Tsung. He played the villain in Mortal Kombat. He was also in the Planet of the Apes with Mark Wahlberg. He's done a few movies, but if you listen to him, he always played this persona, and then you listen to him talk, and he sounds like a surfer from California, or he did. He's gone now, but he sounded like a Mitsubishi. Oh, let me tell you something. I'm surprised. Mitsubishi is probably the worst Japanese automaker. Like, they had some good cars, but I'm surprised Mitsubishi is still around. Like, how many Mitsubishis do you see on a? Think about it. Like, how many newer Mitsubishis do you see on the road? Land Rovers, Range Rovers, those are all money pits. Like, they're just, like I said, those cars, they're nice and they're fancy looking and stuff, but they depreciate so bad. Like, they're not, like I said, you pay for that all up front, and within 3 years, like, you won't get a third of your money if you try to trade it in. And I tell you something, the worst luxury car you can ever buy is a Maserati. Do not ever buy a Maserati, even if you had the money. Jay just said a few because they're on the side of the road. Exactly. Like, they're Mitsubishi. I'm surprised. Like, the Eclipse was okay. The Evo was probably like the best thing that they had. The Mitsubishi 3000 GT was a powerhouse. The Montero Sport was okay, but other than that, like the Galant was horrible. The Mirage was horrible. Like, yeah, exactly. There's a science behind cars. There's a science behind cars. And that's why, like, certain cars, insurances are higher. Certain cars, like, that's why, like, certain cars, you go to the dealership and there's rebates, or they're giving you, or they'll give you, like, thousands of dollars off or whatever, because they're not really good and they're trying to get rid of them. As a mechanic, like, there's certain car lines that you want to work for, and then there's certain ones that you don't. Like, if you're a mechanic and you're trying to make money, car lines like Toyota and Subaru and Honda, like, you don't want to work for those guys because those cars rarely break down. They rarely break down. You want to work on, like, I tell you, I worked for Honda for years. And I worked for Mitsubishi. VW for 1 year, and I made way more money at VW than Honda because VWs broke down all the time. So, there's a science behind it. Like, if you're getting a car, like I was telling Lexi, like, we drive a Kia, right? We were gifted a Kia, which we're grateful for, not complaining. But this Kia it's a 2014 and it's loaded. It's fully loaded. But there's a reason why. It's because the car is not really reliable. So, you go in and you're like, well, it's fully loaded. You have all this stuff and they give it to you at a cheaper price. And it's because the car is not reliable. Like, they know the car's like, they know they're going to make that money back on the service side when you have to bring the car in for countless repairs. The Kia has
right now 100,000,
about a little more than 100,000 miles on it. No, it's not bad. Like, the Kia is great.
She's not bad. She's a gas guzzler.
Yeah, she's a gas guzzler though. Like that thing drinks gas. Like, wow. And it sucks because Lexi drives an hour away every day, like back and forth 2 hours. And that thing, I remember this past week, I filled it up on Sunday. She went to work Monday. By Monday night, she was already at a half a tank. I'm like, all you did was go to work to and from, like, and it was at half a tank. Audi is the Kia and Hyundai of the German vehicles. Audis are not reliable at all. And Audis are just they're like a more luxury version of VW. They're the same cars, Audis and VWs. They're just a luxury version of VWs. And VWs, Audis, they're not reliable cars at all. JJ wants to know, how's your assistant?
She hasn't started. She's supposed to start this Monday. But with the weather and all that, we don't know if it's for sure or not.
Eva says that's because Lexi be racing on the highway.
That's not true.
Eva, I'm glad you pointed that out. What's today? Saturday? On Monday. So here's what happens. I'm usually cooking, just finishing up by the time Lexi gets home. She was getting home around 7:15, 7:20. And it was because she wasn't comfortable getting on the highway.
Weather permitting, yes.
She wasn't comfortable getting on the highway. And also, and I can say this now because we're not anymore, but due to circumstances, we were driving dirty. If you guys understand what that means. And so we luckily last week we were able to we came into some money, and we were able to like register and change the title and the tags of the car and stuff, which was over $500. So we made a little money and we were able to do that. Thankfully, thanks to somebody that helped us out, so we were able to do that. So now she texted me on Monday, and it was like not even 7 yet. It was like a few minutes to 7, and she's like, "I'm 5 minutes away." Now this is like 20 minutes earlier than what she normally comes, and I'm like, "Oh, this girl's legal now," so she's just flying down the damn road.
No, that's not what I was doing. So what I was doing was coming home. I was going what I considered for me my safe place. Like I knew the roads and whatever. So I was going home that way, which was adding.
Thank you, Miss
15
Lisa. She says she loves the dog.
Oh, thank you. Which was adding almost 20 minutes to my ride back home. On Monday, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take the highway. Like, I need to be a big girl. Like, I need to get out of this fear that I have of driving on the highway, on an active highway. And I did it. And it was like, yo, I just knocked off 20 minutes off my
She was driving. So like we live on one side, and she was driving all the way out the way around our daughter's way
and
coming back just to end up further down on the same side she just came from. Yeah. But that's what made her feel comfortable. And so I tried to convince her, but I'm like, okay, well, and I knew I'm like eventually she'll get tired of that shit and
oh no, Eva, you're fine. He told me the same thing. He was like, so you were speed racing, weren't you? Because now you're legal. I'm like, no.
Yeah, I'm like, now you're legal. So, she's like, oh, let me fly down this road.
And when I told him I'm 5 minutes away, I text, when I'm 5 minutes away, I always text I'm 5 minutes away because he meets me in the parking lot. I was like, he's gonna look at the time and be like, wait, this is like 25 minutes.
I did look at the time. I was like, it's 7. It was like 6:55. I'm like, she's 5 minutes away. I'm like, hold on. Like her, this Maria Andretti over here. Right, JJ. Oh, Miss Eva, yes. When we were riding, let me tell you something.
I know them all.
We were ducking and dodging the feds. Like we would be driving and we see a cop like pulling like onto the road or behind us and something. We're like, hey, pull off, turn. Like we'll turn like
scoop.
It was, like, yeah, I was like, we were riding dirty. But like I said, thankfully, we wanted to do it, but we couldn't have, that was changing the title and the first time registered, that shit came out to like $500, almost $600. So and we couldn't do it, but luckily, we were able to. God sent us some money, and we, we were like, okay, we need to get this done. Like, we need to go and get this done. So, we were able to.
It felt good though.
We were able to get that done. Like, we were able to pay rent and get that done. So it was a blessing.
Yeah, it was.
That we're broke now, but
it's okay.
It's okay. Like we were able to get that done. We were able to pay some bills that we had.
I'm able to put my foot down on the metal,
So it was, it was a blessing that happened, and I'm like I said, we're grateful when everything happens for a reason. So,
Lexi left foot.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we were ducking and dodging the feds, girl. Like we were,
yeah.
Woo! Like there'll be times where. I remember like one time I was on my way to my daughter's house and I was at a light and I see a cop coming down the road and I'm like, oh my God, bro. I'm like, turn, come on. And the hit and turn, thank God, like he didn't pay attention to the tag because we had Florida tags
that were expired.
They were expired. So luckily he didn't pay attention to the tags and I was able to, like I moved out of the way and let him go by. Like I pulled into a gas station and I let him go by, and then when he went by, but yeah, it was stressful. Like there were many times where I'm like, babe, I'm getting ready to get pulled over. And she's like, what? I'm like, there's a cop behind me. Like and she's like, turn somewhere, and I'm like, I can't. Like there's nothing but woods around me. It was
Oh yeah, now I'm driving.
Oh,
I'm like, you can pull up behind me.
She did that, but she did that yesterday. She's like, look at my plate. Look at my plate,
yesterday.
biatch.
Yeah, yesterday he pulled up right behind me at a light, and I was like, "Are you reading my plates? Because they're not expired no more."
Yeah, it was a trip, but thankfully we made it without that, without an incident. So
Yeah.
we're grateful. Like I said, God sent that right when we needed it, because we were able to pay our rent and we had that money, and that was like, okay, we need to go do this now before something comes up.
Because you know how that goes.
And something came up, because now we need breaks. So
it's always something.
It's those memes where they say, like, you have, like, you ever have those times where you pay all your bills and you look at your bank account and you're like, ha, like I got this, and then your car's like, well, actually,
no, you don't.
No, you don't, because now I need this and need that, and it's life.
So I came home last night and I was like, you need to get in this car. We need to go for a ride. Like, you need to hear what I'm hearing. Like, it's making me nervous. And he's like, all right. So we go, and he's like, it's the brakes. And I'm like, of course it's the brakes. Why wouldn't it be the brakes? Because, now,
I'm like, all you can do is laugh. You're like, yeah. Okay.
But,
life is lifing.
Like, whatever. Like, I mean, I can break.
Eva said she did that for 6 months, never got stopped. 2 days after she was legal, she got pulled over for speed.
When I first put the plate on the truck, and I was driving home that night, I was thinking about that. I was like, it would be my luck that I would get pulled over right now, because that's just how things work, right?
Yeah.
But
now let me say this, just in case there's anybody listening, we're not condoning doing anything illegal or anything like that. No. So don't go back and say the Arneza said do this. We're not saying that. So I just want to throw that disclaimer in there.
The car was
Jay just said, I am.
The car was gifted to us from our oldest son, because he had no use for it. So of course the car sat around for a while. It had expired Florida tags on, plates and tags on it, and but it worked. Like, the car ran. There's nothing wrong with it. It was just.
Oh, there's stuff wrong with it.
There's stuff wrong with it,
but it's drivable.
It's drivable. So we needed a car, and it came in right on time. But of course, because it sat around for over a year, it's got a lot going on.
Miss Lisa, I agree. What scares are the driverless cars. That's still a very new technology, and it is frightening. I agree with you.
Oh, absolutely.
Miss Sylvia, is this your first time? Welcome to the chat.
Hi, Sylvia.
All the way from Oklahoma.
Hello.
You'll love it here. We hope that you'll love it here. Just a quick rundown. This is just a place for us to, kick back, have some laughs. There's no,
we talk about just everything.
Yeah, we're just, having a good time while we're all dealing with.
We're on Zoom just as a family, just talking.
Yeah,
that's
so
what we do.
Feel free, chime in, whatever.
Welcome to Oz, JJ.
Welcome to Oz. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and thanks for being here. We greatly appreciate it. We hope you enjoy yourself. Welcome.
And yes, join the chat. Our chat is freaking amazing. All of them, we love them all, like truly like family. Like, they're all amazing, welcoming, just funny, loving, all of them.
We're trying, Miss Sylvia. We're trying.
Yeah, it's cold.
It's cold. Yeah.
It's yeah.
Who said he, her? JJ. Come on.
He said, welcome to Oz. Oh, I love the cold too. Like, I'll take the cold over.
I'll take the cold over the heat, but I'm not gonna say I love the cold.
I love the cold.
Bones can't take it. Oklahoma, that's the Sooners, right? But Sylvia, stop me if you heard this one. You know what the best part about? You know why they call Oklahoma the Sooner State? Because the sooner you leave, the better you feel. But don't bump.
You know, JJ's gonna have some fun.
Don't be offended. I'm just having fun. Don't be offended. We love you. We're Lexi and I, Miss Sylvia. We're in North Carolina. We've been here for over 10 years. We moved to Florida for about a year and a half and decided it wasn't for us.
And we're back home.
And we came back. Thank you. I heard that a long time ago. I've never actually talked to somebody from Oklahoma to say that to. But yeah, we moved to Florida for a year and a half. We went through some of the biggest struggles of our life, and the moment we got a ticket back to North Carolina, where we consider home, we came running back.
And this is Harley. She's our baby.
Eva, you made patelas. You didn't tell me you made patelas yesterday. We were talking for like an hour and a half.
Wow.
What up, patella? Yeah, you have to describe what up, patella. I don't know how to. It looks like a turd.
We told you, JJ.
It looks like a green turd.
I showed you pictures and everything.
With meat in it.
It's green bananas with a few other vegetables that I don't know how to say in English. Mashed up. They put meat inside, roll it, and then you boil them.
You lived in Florida? Yeah. It was I don't know where in the content
Carlos said they look like turds, remember?
I don't know where in the content that you popped in at, but like we went down there with a dream. We opened a storefront. No, it wasn't really a storefront. We rented a booth inside of a flea market, and a well-known flea market. Spent somewhere between $5,000 and $8,000, $9,000 setting it up and buying everything and doing what we need to do, and with the promise that it was gonna grow and be booming. And like she literally said, we're trying to grow this area, and then 2 months later, we got a notice saying that the whole flea market was closing down, and we wound up losing all that money. And it was bad. That is so poop. Miss Eva, you telling me patelas don't look like a turd?
They are delicious.
They are. I'm not saying they're not delicious. They are, especially if you make the ones with guinea. Like I don't like the ones with yuca. Right. Like if you look at it, let me tell you something. As a Latino, like I grew up eating stuff and drinking stuff, but I can't tell you why. Because if you look at it, you'd be like, yo, what the hell is this? Because I'm going to tell you something that Puerto Ricans drink that is just, it's good, but it's disgusting, which is maltas. Maltas they don't really taste that good, but I grew up drinking them. So this is what a patela looks like. Hold on. That's a patela. This actually looks pretty good. Like I've seen them look darker than that. Mm-hmm. I've seen them look darker than that.
Who makes them.
Yeah. Oh, you make them both? I like the ones with guineo better. I don't know. The yuca ones. I only had them once from somebody, and I didn't like them.
Yeah, yuca's definitely not my favorite.
Yeah, on the top, JJ. The picture on the top. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, the picture on the top.
This one.
They're good. Don't get me wrong. They're good, especially if you put a little ketchup on it. They're good. But if I served that to you and I didn't tell you what it was, you'd be like, what the hell? $40 for 12. That's actually not bad. Not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
For 12?
There's a bunch of stuff that Puerto Ricans eat, like what the morcilla or like North Carolina, we love. Yeah, North Carolina is cold. North Carolina, I love it because Lexi and I like that. We like that country rusted, like rustic, not rusted, rustic kind of vibe, and like we love, like the creeks and the wood. Like it just,
Like I want to farm. I want to have fainting goats.
I don't know if I want to farm because I'm not trying to farm, but I wouldn't mind having the land.
I want fainting goats, and I want baby Highland cows, and
Acapulco is great. Acapulco is great. The cost of living is not. It's not bad.
it's not
It's doable. It's not.
bad.
It's not as expensive as like New York or Florida or Cali or something like that. It's not as cheap as like Mississippi or something like that, but it's doable. And you get pretty decent. Like, I mean, when we were renting before we bought the house, like we had much bigger house for what we have for less money than what we're paying for this. We had a much bigger apartment for this than what, but still, like what we have is it's not bad. It, like I said, it's doable, and then and North Carolina is relatively. I mean, you stay out of like Fayetteville and something like that, but like there's some really nice places. All the best places in North Carolina to live are out west, and that's where the mountains are. That's where like it snows and stuff like that. So yeah, JJ, like I have a video. If you go on my video, if you go on my vlogs, there's a video. It's titled something like "I let my dog pick today's adventure" or something like that. And the whole what we did was and the video because it's a picture of Harley with with an iPad with Google Maps on it or something like that. And but anyway, the whole video is we went to a park in Sanford and we walked around a lake. It was so beautiful, like it was so peaceful, like I loved it.
Okay, with JJ.
Fainting goats, okay, JJ. Wait, what? Fainting goats. Okay, JJ, waiting to see what you're gonna say about this. Not familiar with fainting goats, but very familiar with the screaming goat. Hilarious.
The fainting goats are so cute, though.
The struggles are what makes us. You're right, Miss Sylvia. Like it is what you're right, and they say you always hear older folks say like you can't have a testimony without a test. Let me say something. I believe that the both of us have a mission to do. I feel like and again this may sound corny, but I feel like God put us here for a specific reason. And if you one day I'll tell you my whole story um of the stuff that I went through, but I went through a lot of trauma as a kid and as a young adult. I went through a lot of stuff. And I believe that I went through that because I'm meant to do something with that. And so you can't have a testimony without a test. And you go through the things that you go through because God is processing you for who you need to become when you get there. And I firmly believe that. So, I mean, whether you believe in God or not, like that's how I get through. That's how I make sense of the things that I went through. And I what you see now is not who I was 10 years ago or even 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Like Lexi put a lot of work into me, helping me not only get through what I was going through, but help me realize what I went through. Because at that time I would have told you I didn't go through that. Like I didn't go through that. And it was Lexi that was like that wasn't normal what you went through. Like this was, and she helped me get into therapy and medication and stuff like that. And it's helped me become who I am today to do the things that I'm trying to do. So you can't have a testimony without a test. Well, older folks, huh? waving my handheld fan while you speak in church pew number 3.
Oh my God.
It is a good thing. I think it is. And it's only a good thing if you do it the right way. Like, one thing that I feel like is a misconception of therapy is that people think that therapists are there to cure you.
They're not there to
They're not there to fix anything. They help you there to realize what you're going through and to give you the tools so that you can work on yourself.
That you can work.
Yeah. So, and then let me tell you something. The right therapist makes a world of difference.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow, Miss Eva. But you're still alive and kicking, so you go, girl. Hell yeah. Thank you, Miss Sylvia.
Thank you, Sylvia.
I tried. Like, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. So, like, I struggle because I'm like, man, like, growth is slow. Like, I'm like, I want to be here now, and I want to do this and that, and I tell myself that I'm not doing gimmicks. I'm not doing, like, look at me type videos. Like, I make videos full of meaning and substance and stuff like that, and those are slower growth type videos. So I have to remind myself all that, sometimes. But like I said, I'm very grateful because YouTube has given me an outlet to do what I do. And like I said, I'm grateful and praising God.
Oh, yes.
That's right, Miss Eva. So, YouTube has allowed me to have a voice and do what I do and share my message, and and I just hope that somebody sees it and it helps somebody. So, right, you have to. One thing that I tell myself all the time, that I told Lexi when we were going through what we were going through, I'm like, God didn't bring us this far to leave us this far, to leave us here. He didn't bring us this far just to get this far. So thank you. And and we've said this before, and it's because, like, being somebody, pretending to be somebody else is too damn hard. Like, that's exhausting. Like, I don't JJ. Like, pretending to be somebody else is just too damn hard. It's like, this is real life. It is what it is, and I'm not, I had, there are people that tell me that you don't have to be so personal, you don't have to be so vulnerable and stuff, but I share what I share, and I talk about the things I talk about because in the hopes that it helps somebody else, and if you keep quiet, then you give other people power, and the only way you strip them of that power is to talk about it. It's to be open and share it. So, like I said, one day I hope that somebody comes across a video and is like, wow, like, yeah, that gave me the strength to do whatever they need to do. So that's right, Miss Sylvia. Because if you were not meant to be, if you're still waking up, it's because God has something for you. He hasn't been able to give you.
You have a purpose. You have a purpose. Everybody has a purpose.
Right. The fact that you're still waking up is because God has something for you. Mm-hmm. So, it's all what you do with it. You can get busy. What they said in Shawshank Redemption, you can get busy dying or you can get busy living. And if you're still waking up, that's a sign from God that he ain't through with you yet. Oh, thank you, Ms. Eva. And I hope that, it what we do helps, And that's right, Ms. Lisa, you shouldn't, because again, like, you're not promised tomorrow. Like, it's not, you're not promised tomorrow. So live life to the fullest while you have it. And, if you don't wake up tomorrow, that means God was through with you and you served your purpose. And then, that's it. That's the end of the fight for you. But the purpose is to get old. The purpose is to wake up every morning. And if you keep waking up, that's a sign,
And yes, after you wipe the crust and brush your teeth.
Yes, after you wipe the crust out of your eyes and brush your teeth. And your morning poop, if that's what you do.
If that's what you're doing. Yeah.
That's right. It's even said, huh, JJ? That's right, Miss Sylvia. It's about making memories. And right. It's like again, I'll say that, I had a career and I worked really hard and I made, we lived, it wasn't extravagant, but we lived a good life. Like we had, things that we thought we were important and needed and stuff. And, and I got to the point where, you know, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years went by, and I'm like all we do is work and come home, work and come home. So many vacations that we missed out with family because I couldn't go because while everybody's off during the holidays, those were my busy days, so I had to work and I have responsibility. And Lexi and I think that whole time we went on in 14 years, in 10 years, we went on 3 vacations, actual vacations, and like it. And if you think about the money we had and what we were doing, you're like, really, like you guys didn't do stuff like that,
We couldn't.
and we couldn't. I got tired. I got burnt out. I was like, I feel like I'm doing all this just to keep working, and it became important to me to spend my life living on my terms. And when Lexi turned 50 this year or last year in July, like I told her, I said, going forward, like you need to really think about living life the way you want to and not in the rat race. And I'm not saying, like I said in the video the other day, I'm not saying, go out tomorrow and quit your job or spend your life savings. I'm saying like be honest with yourself first and really think about what's important, because that vacation that you don't want to take because you're trying to save money, like what happens when you're 70, 80, 90 years old and you're like, okay, now I have all this money and I don't even want to do those things anymore. And so morning routine is important, JJ.
Yes.
JJ says Team Lexi.
Yes. Team Lexi.
Well, there you go, Miss Sylvia. That's right. And it was nobody but God. There's times when I tell myself, like, there's no way it could have been anybody but God. Like, how did we get through that? Like, we made it through. We didn't have to give up our dog. We kept our relationship and our marriage intact. Like, and now we're here. And this is a far cry from what we came from, but it's a far cry from what we stepped out of. So there's always a reason for everything. So God is good.
Everything you go through in life,
God is good.
Is teaching you something.
Lexi's first name is Lexandra. Or excuse me, she hates when I pronounce it that way. It's Lexandra. I actually am the one that started calling her Lexi. Her family calls her Sandra. Yeah, that's exactly how you spell it.
I just spelled
Oh, that was you. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was the one that started calling her Lexi. Like all her family calls her Sandra.
Everybody calls me Sandra.
It is a very unique name. I love the name. I fell in love with her name. And it pisses me off because I tell people that all the time. They're like, "What's your wife's name?" I'm like Alexandra. And they're like, "Oh, Alexandra." I'm like, I didn't say Alexandra. I said Alexandra.
Yeah, everybody says Alexandra. There's no A in the front.
I go, like, she orders something and I go pick it up and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Alexandra. I'm picking up for Alexandra." They're like, "Oh, we don't have an Alexandra." I'm like, I didn't say Alexandra. Stop trying to think about what you think I said and listen to what I said. I said Alexandra. Yeah, it pisses me off.
Thank you.
Yeah, Miss Sylvia, we definitely we learn. Definitely we learn. But I want something that gets me through all the stuff that I went through, the homelessness this time and the times I experienced it before, the trauma that I went through, the abuse, all that. But in reality, somebody asked me if if I would change lives with anybody else. And the answer is no, because in reality, I needed everything to happen to me in the exact order that it happened for me to be who I am today. And I'm proud of who I am today. I made it through all that. And there's been times that I've cried with Lexi, and and not because I'm hurt, but because I'm grateful that I didn't turn out a certain way. And I'm gonna give you an example. And excuse me for being emotional, but I'm gonna give you an example. I saw a video not too long ago, and it was a young man. It was a young man, and he was in court.
Thank you, Sylvia.
And apparently he was involved in a school shooting. Like he was the gunman or something like that. And they didn't say, but I just gathered from what I was listening to. And when they read the verdict of his not his verdict, but when they read sentencing, which was like an ungodly amount of time, he screamed. This little boy, I mean, this kid was 15 years old, and he screamed. He was like, I was bullied every day, and I asked for help, and no one helped me. And then he screamed, I'll do it again, which again, I'm not condoning. But like, if you listen to the first part of what he said, he was like, I was bullied every day, and I asked for help, and no one helped me. And like, that was me. Like, I could have easily been that young man. Like, I could have easily been in that position. And when I went to the first time I met my psychiatrist, and she read my chart of what I was going through and the things that I was suffering from mentally and stuff like that, and she said to me, the first thing she said to me was, you have no idea how strong you are for living what you lived with without help, and you're not dead or in jail. That's what she said to me. So I watched that video and I cried. I was like, and I told Lexi, I was like, that could have been me. I could have been that young man in that position. And I wasn't. And God, for whatever reason, God saved me from that. So so I think about that kind of stuff, but like I said, I needed everything to happen to me the way it happened, in the order that it happened, for me to be who I am today. And for that, I'm grateful, because I am very proud of who I am and who I turned out to be.
And no, JJ, my name I mean, not that I know of. I know that my dad's youngest sister, my aunt, her name was Alexandra. And my father was very close with her, very, attached to her. And that's where the name came from. He didn't want to name me her exact name, so he just dropped the A and left me Alexandra.
Thank you. Yeah, I think therapy is a beautiful thing. If you work it the way it's meant to be worked, and you have a therapist that you vibe with and stuff like that, like, I think it's a beautiful thing. I think it's only a bad thing. I think it only doesn't work if you go in there expecting something that it's not meant to do.
I wasn't ignoring you. I was waiting for him to finish.
Yeah, she had, isn't it a beautiful name? It's such a beautiful name. Like, I love her name. I love her name. But yeah, I'm the one that started calling her Lexi. And then it just, it just stuck.
So professionally, it was always Lexandra, and home and family, it's Sandra.
Yeah, so.
And Carlos started the Lexi, and Lexi has stuck, and now it's just Lexi.
Sandra's so common. Like, Sandra's common. But Lexi, like, how often do you hear that? And then I spelled it with an I instead of a Y, which I think it looks way cooler with an I. So I spelled it with an I. And so now it's stuck.
So now everybody's Lexi. Everybody calls me Lexi. including my boss, everybody. They all call me Lexi.
Beautiful name for a beautiful woman.
Why, thank you.
So, but
Yeah.
what's the temperature like?
Let me see.
Yo, look at that. 24, 23, 26. Wow.
Right now, it's
Where are we at?
27.
I can't read the names.
All the way at the bottom left.
The bottom, this one in the middle?
No, over here. 28 down.
Okay.
Yep, 27 degrees. 27.
Wiggle butt, I mean, wiggle butt fits. Like, it would definitely fit Harley. Wiggle butt definitely fits Harley.
Jay's rubbing off on me.
Me likes it.
Well, if you if you know anything about boxers, they're known for that. They're known for
Wiggle butts.
wiggle butts.
That's actually why they get their tails cropped.
That's why they get their tails cropped,
Because
they end up hurting themselves and people
because of their wiggle butts.
because they wiggle their butts so much.
You guys are at 7? Oh my God.
Oh,
Whew. That is
21 in Raleigh.
21 in Raleigh.
Mm-hmm.
No, me no like.
It's cold.
I tell you what though, the fan and the
Fan will still be on
the
tonight.
two fans will still be on tonight though. What? So you're thinking about a boxer song, Anaconda?
Yes.
Boxers are. I love boxers.
You know, and not because I have a boxer, but they're an amazing breed. Like, they are so smart. Mine, of course, is sassy on top of being smart. She's very sassy.
You're gonna go back and get those dogs, aren't you?
But they're so smart. They're so loving. I mean, she's gonna be 7, and she thinks that she's a lap dog. Like, she cuddles up
right,
on
Miss
me
Sylvia?
like she's a lap dog. Like, boxers are they're freaking amazing. They really are.
I'm gonna tell you, if you don't know this, like, Harley goes from like fierce protector to then being terrified of a dust ball.
I'm gonna take a picture of her right now. So, fierce protector to current situation. On a pillow, like she's a person. This is what she does.
You sneak out too. Oh, you gotta take pictures and send them, Ms. Eva. You gotta take pictures and send them. Like, I'm telling you, you go walk outside and she jumps if like the trees rustle. But if somebody walks by,
she starts
she's like ready to attack. I'm like, girl, that branch just scared the hell out of you, and you're trying to fight this guy over here. Like,
she's a trip. But yeah, she's got the boxers have personalities like none other.
Ooh, Miss Sylvia, you have 2 devils. I'm telling me and Miss Eva were talking about this the other day. I would be more scared of Chihuahuas than a pit bull.
Yo, Chihuahuas are fierce.
Chihuahuas, man, like, I don't do Chihuahuas.
I grew up with a Chihuahua. Chihuahuas are fierce.
She's one of those passive aggressive dogs.
Yes.
Like, oh my, like, I'm like, if I let you out, you'd run. But behind the window and on a leash, she's.
Oh, while I'm holding you, you're.
Yeah, like she's so tough. We were talking about Chihuahuas yesterday. Like, Chihuahua, I would be so nervous around a Chihuahua. Then the only reason why people aren't scared of Chihuahuas is because they're this big. if a Chihuahua was as big as a pit bull, you couldn't. It would be illegal to own one. They're just fierce. They don't like nobody. And you have 2 of them. Oh my God. I've never had a small breed dog. Not for long. I had one for a few months, and then we had to give her up because she couldn't take the fact that we were gone all day, and she had really bad anxiety, and she was tearing up stuff. So like it wasn't fair to her. So we had to rehome her, but we gave it to somebody who was retired and looking for a companion and stuff. Yeah, I'm telling you. Chihuahuas are, oh my God, Chihuahuas are fierce.
Yeah, Chihuahuas are fierce. I grew up with one.
They do get scooped up. I've seen it happen. They do get scooped up by large birds. You have one that's friendly and one that's like, let's do this. When I met Lexi, she had a Yorkie.
I had a Yorkie, yeah.
And she was so beautiful. That dog was so beautiful. We had to get rid of her because we were moving and we had...
Where we were going, we couldn't have her, and it was a whole thing.
Yeah, it sucked. But she was a beautiful dog. Yeah. Yorkies, I wouldn't mind getting a Yorkie.
Yeah, Yorkies are...
I wouldn't mind getting a... Her name was Diamond. She was so beautiful. And she was so spunky. Like, she was like this big, and she was so like...
She had energy for days.
Yeah. She was so... I wouldn't mind getting a Yorkie.
She reminds me of Bam Bam now that I think
about
it.
Yeah.
Just Bam Bam's bigger than what she was.
We love pups. That's right, JJ. Hold on to those pups. We love pups. I love me a dog. I love me as much as Harley makes me want to. I couldn't imagine my life without her.
Yeah. I see stuff on social media, people abandoning dogs, and I'm like, I can't fathom the thought of her being out there wondering where I am, and people just like leaving dogs on the side of the road, and the dog is just sitting there waiting for somebody to come back for them, and I couldn't even imagine. Like,
you have United Nations of dogs, Yorkies. I don't know this one. Coton de Tulier, Pitbull, and hopefully soon boxers. Sylvia says, I also have cats, and they let my dog think he's the boss. Yeah,
cats ain't no joke, though. Cats be holding their own.
We had a cat, and he ran off. We had a cat for a year. We rescued him. And one day, he never went outside. And then one day, he just wanted to be outside all the time. He only came in like on occasion. He would come in the house. And when we moved him. We left him with our daughter. And one day he got out the house and never came back. Cats are jerks, though.
Cats are bad.
But I loved my cat.
Cats are
now,
bad.
JJ, I have dogs and babies. I can't show it because my son and ex-daughter-in-law, his mother, like, they're peculiar about sharing, him on social media. But I have a ton of pictures of my youngest grandson and Harley, like, doing the cutest things.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna look for it.
I can't. They're on my iPhone, so I can't even show them if I wanted to because I'm using it. Lex. Oh, that is cute. That is cute. Yeah, we agree, Miss Sylvia. Like, I don't understand why people do that to animals. Like, dogs are like, Like dogs are like nothing will love you unconditional like a dog. Like nothing. Nobody would ever love you like a dog does. And I just don't understand why.
Let me tell you something. There's no better. And then Carlos just caught it on video. I don't know if he put it on any of them, but when she sees me when I open the door to the car, like I can hear her from inside the car while I'm parking. I can hear her crying because she's so anxious to get to me. And she gets to me and she can't breathe. Her excitement is so pure and so real. Like
it's the best feeling in the world.
There's nothing
There's
like
nothing
that.
coming home. There's nothing like coming home to a dog. There's nothing. And let me tell you something. Harley loves hurts.
Oh yeah.
Harley's love hurts.
Just yesterday, she scratched me on my thigh, like across my whole thigh.
Lexi was getting undressed to hop in the shower, and on bare skin, she caught Lexi right on her thigh, like. And she was getting in the shower, and I'm like, "No, babe, I don't see nothing." And by the time she got out the shower, she had a welt on her leg. Yeah, so true. We don't deserve animals.
We don't.
We don't deserve animals.
I wholeheartedly believe that we don't deserve them.
We don't deserve them because there's some like I said, there's no love like that from a dog, like none. Like they're just so. Guys, we're gonna be on 5 more minutes, because like Lexi's tired. She worked today, and I don't know what you're doing tomorrow, but instead of vlogging, we might.
Yeah, we might just go live.
We might just go live tomorrow if you guys are not doing anything during the day. Though it'll be during the day. If you guys are not doing that, you hunker down in the house because it's cold. Yeah, we'll hunker down. Did you guys like the thumbnail today? Did you like the thumbnail for the live? I felt that was fitting. That's why I designed it that way. But yeah, we might go live tomorrow, maybe around midday, because it's cold and we can't really go anywhere. So if you guys are not doing anything, feel free to hop on in, and we might do that instead of vlogging. We might still do the challenge because like the challenge ain't gonna take but a few minutes, but we won't have to like vlog a whole video. We can go live. Like I said the other day, I said I love these lives because I don't have to edit these lives. I go live and we have a good time, and I just hit the button and it goes up on my channel like a video.
You too.
You too, Miss Sylvia. Thanks for stopping by.
JJ, much love.
It was awesome to virtually meet you, and we hope to see you.
Virtual hugs to everybody.
We hope to see you in future lives and stuff. So we love you guys. Have a good night.
Peace.
And like I said, look out. We might be on tomorrow. So if you're not doing anything, feel free. We'd love to have you. Peace. In the Middle East.